Hello, everybody. I'm back here with Rocky, everything R&D. And, Rocky, you and I had a wonderful discussion, two recent episodes we just had to discuss it right now, where we talk about a Mandela Effect, where we talked about the Monopoly Man not having a monocle, and the most recent one where we discussed in the biopics about the space shuttle Challenger exploding. You said 1984 initially, and I said, wait, it's 1986.
You know what? Let's crack all this down and let's go a little bit back in time to figure this out.
Nostalgia and more. Come check out R&D to see what's in store. Who the played Doc Holliday or Batman the best? So grab your popcorn and put Damien and Rocky to the test. Rock Dog and Damien, the ones on the mic. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like.
So welcome back, everybody, to Everything R&D. I am Rock Dog, or Rocky, and this is Damien.
I'm Damien. Hello.
So for those of you that are new to the channel, just kind of give you an up-to-date. We are basically a Gen X and a millennial, breaking down a lot of pop culture, a lot of just random topics that are suggested by our fan base. And we're just here for you guys. We're going to talk about them, we'll break them down, and just share our insights. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much, and we hope you stick around for further episodes.
Yes. We're looking at the subscribers. You guys are subscribing, not that many, but we do notice when you do. So thank you. Leave a comment. Tell all your friends. Have a good time, and most of all, just having a fun time with us.
Well, I just hope people get to listen and just get to enjoy what we have to say, and then just give us their comment or their opinion of the subject matter, or just if they like us, if they like our voice.
Yeah, I think they do. I noticed that the Wyatt Earp tombstone is getting a little traction, and the Batman video is getting some videos, some likes and views. So we're gonna keep them coming.
Be entertained.
Oh, we are entertaining.
I want people to be entertained.
So we're here talking about the Mandela Effect, and this goes all the way back to 2013. When Nelson Mandela passed away. I thought he died in 1994, but apparently the effect is people thought he died in jail in the 80s. Were you aware of this?
So for those of you that don't know, we are talking about the Mandela Effect, and this is where it all originates, really. This is I guess the first one in pop culture that everyone's been talking about, and it's Nelson Mandela. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of a unique subject because I wasn't big on global world news at that age. When you're in your late teens, early 20s, most people don't give a crap. But and I certainly didn't pay attention too much. It's kind of like that scene in Clueless.
Which one?
Where they're sitting on the couch and do you remember that scene in Clueless?
I'm trying to remember.
It's towards the end where
It's. I know Stacey Dash is at the end.
No, it's where she realizes that she's in love with him.
Yeah,
but he's on the couch and he's sitting there watching, and she comes in right next to him, and she's all like, "I'm intrigued," because they were talking about one of the like Haiti or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's all like, "I'm into the global news." It's kind of that scene. But no, honestly, Nelson Mandela, I didn't know too much of him. It didn't impact me as much just because I didn't know really who he was.
Right.
But when he actually did die and people talked about it, I had to really think back and go, well, it could have happened.
Right.
But I wasn't 100% sure. And then, of course, everything else just flowed from there.
Yeah, it does happen now and then when celebrities pass away or celebrities are living. For instance, I thought Wayne Newton died like a long time ago. And he's still alive.
Wayne Newton hasn't aged. He's looked the same age since he was like 30.
I know. He was great.
Seriously, go back and watch National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When he's in there. And now look at him today.
He hasn't aged.
He hasn't aged.
Well, I loved him in, License to Kill. And he had the mustache and he was doing like a telethon. He's like, bless your heart. And he's like trying to seduce the woman, and she has a pistol. She's like, I have a surprise. He's like, I love surprises.
You know, people, it's weird. That movie was actually pretty accurate. Where the women just swooned over this guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, but yet he sings like a woman. He sounds like a good
Dakashay. yeah, Dakashay. Yeah. Wait, well, that's another thing is like I was like, wait, Wayne Newton died, right? And then it's just like all these actors that I thought passed away or that did die, and I was like, wait a minute, you know what? There is a conspiracy theory here. They're saying that remember in 2009 there was when we did the particle accelerator in 2009. They said it was either that or somebody changed the past, like time travel, and this is like the fractures of it.
You heard the new one, right?
No, what's the new one?
Where we entered in some cosmic cloud.
Yeah.
And it's altering the radiation, and it's kind of weird. I have to show you the thing.
Yeah, it's like our universe is collapsing with another one.
Well, no, our universe is actually flowing through the cosmic cloud of a previous Big Bang.
Oh.
So we're kind of like in the wake of it, and it's kind of like messing with everything.
Well, yeah, they're saying, I mean, I forgot the name of the theory. It's not the theory, but it's the proof that if you're light years away, I forgot, like in some galaxy far away, if they're looking at us right now, they're not going to see us now. They're seeing the dinosaurs. That's how the light years work. Is weird.
Yeah, it's all time travel is
space time
travel
continuum.
is very a unique subject. And
yes,
you have to be some type of major astrophysicist to really understand
I'm just a Back to the Future fan.
They didn't go from planet to planet.
No, but it did involve on the top of the DeLorean was a wormhole, and he talks about the space-time continuum, and that's how it works, like the time and the space.
Yeah, but then if you watch movies like Interstellar or now the new one, Project Hail Mary,
I gotta watch that one.
Project Hail Mary, it's got the time difference.
Yeah,
factor,
does it? Okay,
but not like Interstellar does. So it's like
okay.
It's like, what, 4 years? Wait, what? He's only going to be gone 20, but he's going farther away than it. Wait, I don't understand. This is blowing my mind away. Who's right? Who's wrong?
Yeah, I gotta watch the Hail Mary thing, but I liked Interstellar.
I will tell you this about Project Hail Mary. I've seen it 3 times already.
Really?
And the first time I watched it in the theater, and because there's so much happening, believe it or not, there really is so much little details that are happening that I missed some things. At least I didn't think I did at the time, but I did.
Right.
So when I watched it again, I was like, whoa, this is actually, okay, this makes more sense. And then the third time I watched it, it actually is, for me, gotten better the more times I watched it.
Right.
And that to me is a good sign of a good movie. So
how's his acting? How's Ryan Gosling in that? Boring?
There are moments when it's like, okay, that's a little bit overacting, buddy.
Ben Affleck could have done it.
I would have launched him into space. No, I think Ryan Gosling was actually for the character that he played. I thought he was well casted because he was brave enough, but yet coward enough, smart enough, but yet dumb enough.
Right.
And he pulled all that off fairly well. He did in the moments where he had to really show emotion. I thought he did that very well.
Okay. You know what?
Because there's some emotional scenes in there.
I'm gonna wait till it comes on to stream, but that's the first thing on my wait list. Whenever
I'll share with you my website that I use.
Oh, please do, because I'm off tomorrow, so I'll definitely watch that tonight if I can. But it was either that or take the lady to go see Devil Wears Prada 2, so I had to go see Devil Wears Prada 2.
Project.
But
back to the Mandela Effect.
Back to the Mandela Effect and time travel, Interstellar. That's one of the theories that they say is that someone changed the past, and that it's kind of like when you break a cup, you could put the cup back together, but you still see that crack. And that's what this Mandela Effect is that some things that got changed in the past, people remember our past, and then people remember the new timeline. It's weird.
Or you can go with the Matrix effect, which is like you just changed a little bit of coding here and there in the in the dynamic. I mean, enough to alter because here's the question when you talk about time travel is like, are you like, for example, when you talk about Back to the Future,
Right.
You know, in there it implies that when you change something in the past, now you're on a new timeline dimension, right? But then what's the difference between that and a butterfly effect?
Right. You change in the past because that's what happened in part 1 where he, he even told him, he goes, my old man never stepped up to Biff in his life. And that's when Doc realized, he goes, never? He goes, no. But you see that the picture restored. So then Doc was just like, forget it. I still got to send you to the future. I can't.
I got a mind blowing thing for you on the Back to the Future if you want to hear it.
Oh, tell me.
All right. So here's the thing going around, and I've heard it a couple of times, but this is one that makes you think. So remember where they're in the they're at the dance, Enchantment of the Sea dance,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
There's a scene where Marty had just was saved from the car, and Marvin Berry cut his hand open. And he goes, you got to play. If you don't play, they don't dance. They don't dance. They don't kiss. They don't. Right. So
and then I'm history.
So then he plays. He's all, well, we can't. The dance can't go on unless somebody knows how to play the guitar. So then he shows Marty playing the guitar. Right.
Right.
And then they're like, oh yeah, happy. Let's do another one. And then that's when he starts playing Johnny Be Good. Right. So and then as he starts playing Johnny Be Good, Marvin runs over and he runs over to the phone and he's all, Chuck.
His cousin.
Chuck. It's Marvin Berry.
Your cousin
Marvin Berry. Right. Listen to this. Right. And so he plays him. He's playing Johnny Be Good. Right. Well, Chuck Berry wrote Johnny Be Good. So the question is what came first? Did Chuck Berry actually write the song?
It's a paradox.
It's a paradox, right? There's a whole theory on this. So the internet went crazy with this one. So did Chuck Berry write it first, or did Chuck Berry write it because he heard Marty play it? And Marty couldn't have played it unless he heard it from Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, yeah. So it's like a Terminator effect. Like you have to send Kyle Reese. Oh, I got.
There's another one. There's that one there too.
There's another bullshit theory. It's Kyle Reese is not the father. You know who is?
The guy that she stood up at the bar.
No, the guy that stood her up.
The guy that stood her up at the bar.
Which was James Cameron leaving the voicemail. He's like, hey, Sarah, I can't make it.
Yeah,
because
that guy.
In Terminator 2, if they stopped and reset the timeline, which it was supposed to be, John would disappear.
Yeah.
But
so there's that kind of same theory
else.
of like which actually happened first.
Right. Yeah. So I think John Connor has a different father. I don't think it's Kyle Reese.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So and with that, man, we can go. Let's go.
we'll make that another episode.
Yeah, that's a whole other episode. I mean, because Mandela effects go way back, and some of these are far fetched.
I want to go back to Future and one last theory because I want to get your take on this. And I love this theory, and I always believed in it. Do you believe in Back to Future Part 2 that Marty died at least 2 or 3 times?
That Marty died two or three times?
Yeah, he got killed at least twice.
In Back to the Future 2.
Yeah. He jumped and fell off the building, and he got run over by the car by Biff. Doc knew it and went back in time and saved him because the time machine arrived just at those moments.
Oh, wow. If you're really going to go that far-fetched.
It makes sense.
Well,
because you see Marty, he looks, he doesn't see anything there, and he smacks the thing, and he's pissed. Doc sees the dead body, goes, oh, I got to go back in time. And then he floats up and catches him.
Oh.
And then in part 2, he's almost getting run over by the car. And then that's when Doc drops the thing perfectly for him to grab it and fly up.
Well, Doc was kind of following him already.
No. Because Doc wouldn't have known that he flipped around and went on the opposite edge of the tunnel because he was already going one way. So if Doc was up above hovering, he's like, oh, he's going to come out this side of the tunnel. And then he doesn't see him. How do you know to drop it on the other side of the tunnel where you just dropped him off?
Wow.
Why is he going to go back the other way?
Okay.
Because his ass got run over and killed.
This is
Marty!
This is way. It's just not this. I'm going to call those not conspiracy theories. This is all speculation of hoping something's there that's really probably not.
Oh,
right?
It's there, Rocky. You just don't see it.
Man. Okay, so
yeah,
one possibility is that could have happened. However, the way I remember watching the movie, it never implied anything like that because Doc was following him, so to say. He knew he was in the tunnel. And, Doc's a smart guy, so he's like, okay, I'm going to throw him a lifeline of the.
Yeah, but you would throw it at the other end of the tunnel because you see Marty go into a tunnel. You're not going to think he's going to come right back out where he just went in. He's going to go on the other side of the tunnel. But Marty flipped around on the inside and went back where he went into instead of going straight.
All right, I can see where you're going at with this one.
His ass got run over by a 46 Ford. Come on now.
It could be. I mean,
And you know what he told Doc when he held his lifeless body? He's like, that car was heavy.
there's that word again. Heavy.
There's that word again. Heavy.
And then as far as him jumping off of the roof of top of
You get it? The
Biff's
car
tower.
was heavy.
Got it. I got it because it plays on the first movie. You know, that's why I said it. Oh, they're heavy. There's that word again. Is something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull in the future? That's when they go back to the high school in the beginning.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. He goes, baby.
Oh, that's heavy. That's like
Heavy.
It's like saying generic. Generic was a popular word back then.
Pretty much. I still use that
It's
word.
generic, man.
It's pretty
Everything's generic.
Yeah, I still say that. I still use that word. Generic.
Yeah, but you can't tell that to a Gen Zer right now.
Oh, they won't
Alpha,
know
they'll
it.
be like generic.
Dude, I quoted Goodfellas the other day, and the kid didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
Oh, we can do another whole episode on this. So
Okay.
but
I
as
like
as far as answering your question about him jumping off the building, okay, if you watch Marty's reactions closely when he gets up on the ledge and Biff's like jump, right?
He's like, go ahead, kid.
All
Jump.
right. Yeah. Well, Marty actually looks down
And then he notices it.
and he sees the car, so
Right.
he turns back to Biff and he's looking like relieved.
Right.
And he just kind of just like whoop, jumped
Yeah.
down. He didn't look like he was fearful.
No, but when he first looked, the car wasn't there. And then after all that was going perfectly timed, just as Biff's about to shoot him,
Okay.
then he looks down. He's like, "Oh, okay.
I see where you're going at with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to like really do a deep dive into that and kind of figure this out. But I don't.
And also,
don't believe that.
1955 Doc already knew the circumstances he had to do. He's like, I had to get struck by lightning and go back in time and write this letter and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of theory. We could really totally break down.
And also, he knew, and here's the final paradox. We're going to close it on this. The final paradox is when Marty went back to 1885, he didn't bring the schematic with him. He left it with 1955 Doc. So 1955 Doc already has the schematics on how the time machine and the time circuits work, because he physically worked on the DeLorean in 1955 to get him back to 1885. So 1955 to 1985, Doc has all this information on how to build it. So is the chicken or the egg?
Okay.
Thank you.
Well,
Rocky.
we're gonna have to do a Back to the Future
Thank you.
video.
Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, because I am the king of Back to the Future. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm just gonna sing you a song. It's my baloney has a first name. It's with CAR. No, my baloney has a second name. It's MAYER. Right.
I get it.
That's another Mandela effect of like there's a commercial out there. An existing commercial that has him spelling it properly. The Mandela effects. Because people believe that it's MEYER.
That's what I think. I think it was always Oscar Mayer.
Well, if
Not
you listen
Mayer.
to the song, it's MAYER.
MEYER.
MAYER.
Well,
In the song.
maybe it's people from Boston and the East Coast that got that had an accent,
A lot of these
Our co-workers from Boston.
a lot of these Mandela effects are going to be based off of accents.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're going to talk about some of those because there's words that are said that sound like something else. So it's easy. And then going back to what you said a couple of episodes ago about crappy televisions.
yeah, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Smell you later.
That could lead into what some people's perceptions, especially if that's all you have is just that really, really old television and the audio was off or it crackled or the speaker was cracked, whatever. So you heard a different word versus what was actually said.
Have you ever been in a ghetto house where you have a broken television?
Yes.
You have a television on top of a broken television? They stack it.
We've had a television on top of an air conditioner.
Oh, God. Why, for the height, or what was the air conditioner being used?
Because that's how they kind of plugged it in. They rewired it, dude. Cut the cord and wire it in with the air conditioner because it's a 240 volt. Yeah.
My God, Lord. Okay.
Oh my God,
that beats what I saw.
Ghetto houses are fire traps. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my God, I'm surprised these houses didn't burn down back then.
No, that was the most ghetto ass thing I ever saw. Remember I discussed my friend that had the what he claimed was an Atari. It was Atari Jaguar. Yeah, that was his house.
I actually got a video on that. I'm going to share with you later off camera.
Sure.
That I'm pretty sure this is the one you're talking about.
Yeah. It was like a layover film, and he put it on the TV.
Yeah. And I think I found it for you. Okay. So I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah. But going back to let's do our first topic on where we were talking about the Oscar Mayer. I always thought it was Meyr.
Let's see if we can actually find the video on it. It's a commercial. The people actually have the original commercial.
It's a commercial. Let's see. If you could send it to me in a text message, that way I could play it in the audio on the soundboard. But it's another thing too. I was never into Oscar Mayer hot dogs anyway. Mexicans call them weenies. Oscar Mayer weenie. Even in the movie The Santa Claus, he says it was an Oscar Mayer weenie whistle. Not Mayer. He said it, Oscar Mayer. So I think it's more of the pronunciation versus a real Mandela effect. If that's my,
All right, check your phone.
Okay.
I just sent you the commercial itself.
Yep, I have it. I'm going to play it now.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R.
Oh,
Did you hear that? It's
M-A-E-Y-R.
No, M-A-Y-E-R.
Yeah, M-A.
O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, there it is.
There's the original.
1973.
Yeah. It's a little kid with eating a sandwich while he's fishing.
Who was born that year?
Oh, geez, I wonder. This Gen X guy right here. So that song, so I knew it as always M-A-Y-E-R because we sang that song forever.
Oh, okay.
It's when you're in grade school and you're like, hey, what's for lunch? And then everyone starts singing the My Baloney has a.
So how do you pronounce it?
Oscar Mayer?
Meyer,
yeah.
not Mayor. Or Mayer.
Mayor is M-A-Y-O-R.
Right.
Like the mayor of a city.
Right. So where I'm from, Meyer is M-E-Y-E-R. So I think you and I are gonna we come
so
to,
that might actually be because people probably never heard the song before.
Probably that's why.
And so
I never
when
heard
somebody
the song.
says Meyer,
yeah, they think it's
you're
M-E-Y.
thinking of how it's
We spell
interpreted
it.
with your language
Exactly.
or a specific language and how it's spelled there. So that makes perfect sense why people would think that.
So you and I are in agreement with this. I agree with you on that.
M-A-Y-E-R.
I think it's just a spelling thing. I think it's a East Coast thing too. For me and my people is like Meyer. And I was like, when we see M-A-Y-E-R.
So
like
so let's talk about all these that have those. I mean, I'm not going to say the language differences, but
regions.
But it's like because when you hear it and it's said in a specific accent,
right?
People can misinterpret it. Like for example, the Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I have that right here.
The life is like a box of chocolates, where life was like a box of chocolates.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Okay, so you see how he's
You never know what you're going to get.
Right.
So life was like a box of chocolates.
I thought it was is when I was a kid. I used to say life is like a box of chocolates.
That's how I used to say it.
Right.
Because that's how I heard it.
That's how we heard it.
But then again, too, we were talking about the accents and crappy television sets.
That's when I saw Forrest Gump was when it was on HBO, and I saw it on what the hell kind of television did I have? Zenith.
really old.
I had a Zenith television.
Oh, the big box.
The big box in the back.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
that. We have yeah.
I had a Zenith. It
One
was
where you
it was a
actually had
nice
it-
silver controller too, like a little.
Oh, you had a
remote.
controller? We had to get up into the dial. No, I think we got rid of that one by that time because we're talking
Oh.
90s and we had
Yeah, the clickers.
we had the big. No, this didn't have a remote, but it had the big buttons like a telephone
Oh.
on the side.
Gotcha.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You had the big buttons.
Oh, and it opened up the panel on the side.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and you had to like pop that panel open, tap in your numbers, close it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
had that
so
one.
so my grandparents, my grandma Lucy and my grandpa Pablo had that. They actually bought that brand new in 1992, 93. It had speakers in it, wood paneling, and it was gorgeous. And it was at a place called Tops, Tops, in Edison, New Jersey.
So at the time, we had to buy the biggest television possible for my grandmother because she had difficulty watching TV.
Why? With her eyes?
Her eyes, glaucoma, and all that stuff. So
Oh,
I think back then the biggest was like what 27 inches.
Probably, yeah.
So-
Or 32.
So we got the big 27-inch box. I mean, it's the tube televisions back then. So this
Right.
thing was massive. This thing was like 500 pounds, and we had to get that specifically because the numbers were bigger for her to see. I mean, we had to like. Because her eyes are so bad, so like on the number pad,
Yeah.
we had to take nail polish and brighten them up so that way she could see the numbers.
Wow.
And then on the screen itself, it had the big numbers that popped up on the screen, so she could see what numbers she's hitting.
Right, because it would pop up green like on the upper right corner or something.
Nowadays, oh, my grandmother would love these new TVs right now
Because she can just speak into it. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna get her a big old 75-inch TV.
Well, the one behind you, that's a 65 incher.
Mm.
That was a goal of mine on that one. That was a gift to myself in 2020, the 65 inch. But yeah, no, like if and when I do get a bigger home, the goal is like 98.
There you go.
98, football, all that good stuff. But yeah, no, I agree. I think with Forrest Gump, I think it was a TV thing. I think
It's very easy to
yeah.
for people to misunderstand is
Misunderstand it.
and was, especially the way he said it.
yeah, because he has the country accent.
Yeah, it's like that southern,
Yeah.
that southern slang kind of a vibe.
Right.
You know, versus, you know, like let's see, what's another one out there that had just like one or two words difference.
Well, hold on. You and I are in agreement here. You know, that's a mishearing thing. The number 2 on the list I have here is something that I always said, and I never said it differently, and is the peanut butter Jiffy, but it's actually Jif, Jif. I always called it Jiffy. People are saying it's because of Skippy, but I'm like, no, I always called it Jiffy, like Jiffy Pop. So maybe I confused it with the Jiffy Pop. Is it Jif Pop or is it Jiffy Pop with the popcorn?
Okay, so I'm a little bit different on this one. I remember it as Jiffy, but the
peanut butter.
the peanut butter.
Right, that's what I thought. It was
However, okay, so growing up, and this is specifically for Albuquerque because we didn't buy the brand names. So where I'm getting at is when I grew up, probably till about, I don't know, my middle school years, like earlier than that, like early 80s.
right.
Albuquerque had, and I thought this was nationwide, but apparently people don't know about it, but we had government programs.
Okay.
So every other week, every once a month, I think it was, I'd go with my parents and my grandparents and my grandmother, and we go downtown to some government building, and then that's when they would give you the big box of cheese,
The government cheese.
the government cheese,
Yeah.
the government crackers, the government peanut butter.
Yeah.
So we had just stockpiles of that.
Okay.
So we didn't buy brand name peanut butter.
Right.
So what I saw in peanut butter then was basically through commercials or whatever.
Right.
You know, and the reason I like the government cheese is it was chunky. It had the big peanuts in it.
yeah. Yeah.
And then when you get these other ones, they were just like the creamy and like
Yeah. The creamy peanut butter.
yeah. It didn't taste like real peanut butter to me.
Yeah.
The government was better. But then again, too, I was very young, so honestly, I auditorially remember it as Jiffy.
Yeah.
Visually, I can't say if it was Jif or Jiffy on the container.
For me, it was. I remember it being Jiffy. I remember calling it Jiffy, and I thought that this was one of those Kentucky Fried Chicken things where they just shortened it. I said, "Oh, they shortened it. They just called it Jif, like they did with Kentucky Fried Chicken, because when I was a little boy, it said Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was just KFC. So I was like, oh, they just shortened it to Jif. But, like IHOP, it used to say International House of Pancakes. Now it's just IHOP. That's where my friend, her name's Eileen, and she has one leg, because she works at IHOP.
Okay, do I have to explain that joke to everybody? Okay.
Okay, so you and I, we agree that we remember it as Jiffy.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember hearing it as
Jiffy.
Jiffy.
Yeah.
We said we never really bought it because like I said, we had the government peanut butter.
Got it.
And that
Yeah.
was like a freaking gallon of it. I mean, this thing was huge.
Oh, it lasted forever.
I mean, we ate peanut butter and jelly all the time, and jelly. I mean, we never bought store-bought jelly because my aunts were into. They canned their own. They bottled their own.
Okay.
So we had apricot, peach, strawberries, and
It's fresh.
and
That's the best.
The fresh homemade mandarins and oh my god.
Yeah.
They were so good. And
So
I
you
miss
mix
them.
that with the government peanut butter, and you have all these different jams. You could go for months and have a different flavor and not be upset about it. Food is food. When you're hungry, you're hungry. So there's nothing wrong.
And
with
when you
that.
grow up that way, I mean,
Yeah.
so here's
You
the thing:
appreciate things
We
more.
grew up that way. To me, that was normal,
right?
It's like, and then when you go and you move out on your own, you're like, damn, I miss that stuff. And what is this crap that's on the shelf, right?
I miss the government stuff.
Well, not only that, having a big family, we always had people that made stuff. Like a lot of my aunts, they canned and preserved. They did a lot of the preserved stuff. So, we always had that stuff. Like for example, like even now, if I'm for like Christmas, I give away a lot of the food I make because I make too much, and I can.
Right.
So what I know I'm not going to eat, I give away as gifts. Like for example, when I make my banana bread and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, but that's just how we grew up back then. If you're going to make something, you're going to make enough for yourself plus enough to give away.
Yeah, and people guess.
And you give them
friends.
to your family members, like your
course.
aunts, your uncles, your cousins, whoever.
Yeah.
And everyone did that. So it's not like that was like a rare thing. I mean, that was what it was like in my family growing up.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you and I, we agree on.
I'll agree.
Jiffy peanut butter?
I'll agree with hearing it as Jiffy because
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But as far as like remember seeing the jar, we didn't have the jars in the house because we didn't buy it. So.
Oh, the coolest thing I thought when I got older, when they put the peanut butter and the jelly in the jar, I was like, "This is amazing! Who invented this?"
Oh man,
that was an amazing invention. I was just like, "This is crazy."
I was indifferent. I was like, "What the crap is this?"
Oh no, I loved it. I said, and then that was a demand. I was like, if anybody buys me peanut butter, it has to come with the jelly.
The only thing that should have been ever layered was
zebra.
the Neapolitan ice cream.
Oh, I love Neapolitan ice cream. That takes me back to as a boy. I love that. All right, so the next one we have number 3, Looney Tunes, and this one really surprised the hell out of me and you. It's just it's spelled. I always thought it was Looney, Looney, Tonns, like the tunes, but apparently is Tunes.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree on that one because I remember it as tunes because it was a play on the word cartoons.
That's what I am agreeing with you on that. I don't think it's Tunes, but apparently always been.
Yeah, because if you spell it Tunes, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's not musicals.
Because tunes implies like a song, an auditorial thing. It's
Maybe, yeah.
like iTunes or something like that. But as far as like we're talking Looney Tunes,
Makes zero sense.
and because going off of, and I'm going to throw this in there too because I always associated Looney Tunes with Froot Loops because they had the double O's. Right. Even Froot Loops, they says no. The fruit in Froot Loops is Fruit, but I remember it as being Froot.
Okay, so that is the way it is, and I always thought it was Fruit. So unfortunately, with the Froot Loops, I have a disagreement with you. I don't remember it being the OO.
I remember it being the OO.
I don't remember.
And they were the different
was-
color. They were the different color O's. So it was a blue, a green, a red, a yellow, blue. I think I forgot.
Yeah,
what
that
it was.
I don't agree with. But the Looney Tunes, I agree with you.
But I always growing up associated that with Looney Tunes because it was tunes like cartoons, Looney, Froot Loops, and
Yeah, no, the Froot Loops. I always thought it was the other way around. So, but yeah, I was a big Looney Tunes guy in the early '90s on Nickelodeon. They would show it on reruns. So it was from the '60s and whatnot that my dad grew up with. But I grew up with Looney Tunes, and then of course Space Jam came out, so that was even bigger.
The only one that mattered.
Yeah, the only one that mattered. So we have now number 4, the Berenstain Bears. I always said Bernstein. I always thought it was Stein. I never knew it as Stain. That still bothers the hell out of me. Like I thought I had like the books when I was a kid, but I couldn't find any. But I had to Google it. And I'm like, wait a minute, when the hell did this happen?
So, how I remember the Berenstain Bears.
The Berenstain Bears?
It's called the Berenstain Bears.
The Bernstein Bears.
It's Beren.
The Berenstain Bears.
Berenstain Bears.
Stain?
Stain. And the reason I remember it was because when he got the and actually this was my librarian that taught me this one. Yes, we went to libraries back.
Was your librarian old and ugly, or was she young and pretty?
Because we would say it wrong, and she would correct and go, "No, it's the Berenstain Bears," and she goes, "The easy way to remember it is the authors are also Stain, Stainn.
Stain. Okay.
The Berenstain Bears are named after the authors who originally wrote the show. So
I thought it was Stein. I thought they were German.
Yeah, and then also, and I have to find some pictures on it. But any of you want to Google it, there used to be the Berenstain
Cartoons.
No, it was an actual amusement park. Whether it was at
What?
Yeah,
where?
Universal Park. It was one of those.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an actual place you can go and visit the land. Yeah.
Did it know? Okay.
It was popular. I mean,
we're in a disagreement in there. Now this one I can't so this one kind of throws me off as a Curious George from the book. It is even in the Forrest Gump movie because we discussed Forrest Gump. Apparently Curious George the monkey never had a tail. He doesn't have a tail. And I thought he did. But I'm just like I can't remember it. So I can't give an answer on this one.
I can't 100% confirm this, and I want to say that this is probably where it comes from. Is there were copycats at the time of Curious George?
Oh,
and the Man in the Yellow Hat.
Yeah.
So in the original, honestly, I don't remember a tail being in there at all.
Right.
But I knew that there were other copycat versions of monkeys that looked like Curious George.
Yeah, like
and
adventure
those
books.
did have tails. So I think
I can't remember it, so I have no answer for this.
I want to say there were copycats out there that and then the name was off. It wasn't like Curious George. It was like something
Jorge
Jorge.
with the J.
the Mexican version, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to say that I don't remember there being a tail on it, but then again, I didn't pay that much attention.
Same here.
Because I was like more worried, I was more fascinated with the fact that the Man in the Yellow Hat was like a yellow. It was a cowboy outfit. It was a yellow cowboy outfit.
It was yellow cowboy.
And then George would get into trouble, and then he'd come and save him. But I honestly don't remember anything about a tail.
Yeah, I really I don't have a strong answer, so I'm indifferent with this. So I can't provide feedback on it because I really don't remember it too much. But
I don't remember it either.
I don't remember it, so I have no.
But I do remember that,
properly.
and it's the same thing that we had talked about, like with movies and everything else. When something popular becomes popular, you're going to get copycats out there,
right?
And I want to say there were other copycat versions of Curious George out there that try to emulate the success of Curious George, and I think that might be where some people might be getting confused.
Yeah. So number 6, we have Sex and the City, and I used to say In the City, but I think that was more of an audio thing. I always just heard it. I remember people saying it, talking about it, but I think it was just more of a language thing, like we were discussing earlier. Because I thought it was Sex in the City. It makes sense. The women are having sex in the city, But if the title is Sex and the City, I got to agree with it because I was like, well, maybe I misheard it. Instead of saying in and also was and is, I think it's just a language thing.
So how many seasons were there with Sex and the City?
Ooh, a lot. I think it was from 01 to 99 to something. Maybe about 9 or 8 seasons.
Okay, so
I was dragged to see the movie, the sequel. I'll never forget that. It was a date. I was trying to date a girl, and no lie, Rocky, the film burned. And this is why I kind of like believed in God. I said, God, please get me out of here. And then all of a sudden, the film burned. And there's a whole bunch of angry MILF Karens banging on the door for the projectionist, but there's no projectionist. That was before it went digital. So this was 2010.
So honestly, with this, so it ran from 1998 to 2004.
Oh, I thought it was longer.
According to IMDb, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
94 episodes. IMDb score 7.4. Not bad.
It was a woman show.
So it was, and that's why I didn't watch it. I didn't actually see the show until after it ended.
It was, and that's why I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it till after it ended.
Yeah.
And
okay.
You know, and I like Sarah Jessica Parker. I think she's beautiful.
Oh,
And
she was great. In,
Kim Cattrall and just
Kim Cattrall was gorgeous, and Sarah was in the movie that I like with Bruce. What was it called? Striking Distance or something? Yeah, she was gorgeous in that movie with Bruce.
There's a fun one that
wearing
she's
the red
in with. It's called.
Bruce was in one of the seasons.
Gosh, no, there was one of her. I'm gonna have to look this up. I can't remember the name of the movie. Hold
She's still married to Matthew Broderick, aka Bueller.
Bueller. Oh, there's a whole bunch of things on that. You want to talk about time travel? about time paradoxes? Did you hear the one about the Ferris Bueller one?
No, what?
Where he's actually reliving the same day over and over.
Oh, like a Groundhog Day?
Like a Groundhog Day.
Oh, that's one of the Groundhog Days?
That's why all the things happen to him the way they do. You're
Right.
catching the final day of a Groundhog Day sequence because he knows exactly how to get around Rooney.
Yeah.
He knows where to sit when he catches the baseball.
Remember when Rudy goes on the bus?
Yeah.
And he sits next to the nerd girl. And he looks up and it says, Rooney eats shit.
So the theory on Ferris Bueller is that he's in a Groundhog Day time warp where he's reliving the same day over and over again.
Right.
Perfecting his skill because it's the one day he knows, and so he knows at what time he's got to do this. He knows where each person's going to be. He knew that Cameron wasn't going to school.
Yeah.
He knew how to get Sloan out of school.
Yeah.
He knew where
baseball
everyone,
game,
the baseball
everything.
game. He knew about all that stuff. He knew to be at the parade at that certain time.
Right.
So yeah, there's that theory on it.
I like that theory. That's a fun theory.
So back in 1985, Sarah Jessica Parker was in a movie with Helen Hunt called "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." Right?
Okay.
Check that one out. This was after she did Footloose because Sarah Jessica Parker was in the original Footloose.
She must have had a small role. I don't remember her in that.
Footloose.
Yeah.
She played the best friend of. She played the so you of course you had Kevin Bacon in that one who played was it Rylan?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Chris,
Ren. He played Ren, and
Chris
then Laurie
Penn.
Singer played Ariel.
Okay.
And then Chris Penn was Willard. All right.
Yeah.
So Sarah Jessica Parker was Chris Penn's girlfriend.
The one he would beat up.
No,
No. Did he beat her up? Did he hit her?
he didn't hit her.
Oh, okay.
No, the only one that got hit was Laurie Singer, and that was because her dad hit her.
Oh, okay. See, it's been a while since I've seen.
She got smacked from her dad because she was talking blasphemous and blah blah blah. But the girls were never hit by the random guys.
Okay.
But
All right.
only John Lithgow smacked his daughter. But in the movie,
He's playing Dumbledore.
yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
I love John Lithgow.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Third Rock. Third Rock. I mean, it's just. Yeah. So Kevin Bacon was in that, and then Chris Penn was his best friend Willard. He's the guy
That I know.
He couldn't dance and da da da.
Yeah, the cowboy hat.
Yeah, Laurie Singer and Sarah Jessica Parker are technically best friends in that movie.
Oh.
And she plays a character named Rusty, and she's the girlfriend of Chris Penn.
Yeah, the first movie I ever saw Sarah Jessica Parker in was Hocus Pocus. That's the first time I saw her. I was like, who is this hot ass bitch?
Yeah. So I didn't watch Sex in the City until after it aired. and that's kind of like
I would sneakily watch it, but if there wasn't a dirty scene coming on or anything like that, then I would change it.
But then when I did watch it, it made sense that it was and the city because from what I remember from the show, they each had their own work lives.
Yeah.
But then they were trying to find partners. So, of course, you had the different types of men that would come and go through them things. So, of course,
the fireman,
and then the girls would all sit
farmer.
down and talk about the sex. So that made sense of why it was sex and the city to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I didn't watch it when it came out, so I can't say it was in the city or and the city.
Yeah, so for me, I just I'm gonna agree with you. I think is more of a misremembering thing. I don't think it's a Mandela effect like a time paradox. The same thing as number 7 is Febreze. I used to think it was spelt breeze, but that would it makes more sense that it's shorter, so that way it could fit on the bottle.
Well, actually, I remember it as the breeze.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And the reason I say that is because I remember people referring to it, or there was an ad somewhere at one point that said Febreze for a breath of fresh air or something like that.
Right.
So it kind of played off the name, the breeze. So
so I thought it was just spelt that way so it could fit on the bottle. So I always remembered it as BREZE, not breeze. I don't remember.
Well, I remember it both ways because I see it now as the one E, but back then I kind of want to say I remember it as the EEZE.
So I want to add a product on here that's not on the list, but it always throws me off, and I'm going to see if you agree or you disagree.
Okay, which product?
Adult diapers. Do you call it depend or depends? I'm not saying you use it. I'm just saying the product. How do you say it? Because I remember saying depends.
We always say it as depends.
Okay. Do you know it's always been depend?
Because you can depend on it. I know the slogan, but how it was used in slang.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me... Hold on.
What? That's what it's for. 'Cause you
But
can
it's...
oh my God, I got him going. Because you can depend on it. That's what it's for.
Well, you said it so casually. Yeah, because you could depend on it. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Let me catch my breath here for a second.
You asked the question.
Okay. Yes. You can.
But we always called it as depends because that was like the slang term to use.
Okay.
If you're gonna like say, "Hey, grandpa, you need your depends."
You need depends. Yeah.
Now, it's gonna be an accident. You got to go get your depends.
So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna name particular people, but
it just depends.
It just depends, right? So there was a marriage that was kind of falling out, and the last straw that broke this couple's marriage is the woman unfortunately had a heavy menstrual cycle, and the husband was trying to be sweet, but he says her name, so and so. We'll call her Jane Doe and John. So John tells Jane, Jane, are you okay? Do you need depends? And she was like, depends. And then she went in the basement and slept on the futon for 6 months, and they had a divorce after that.
Is this a movie or real life?
This is a real life incident. I'm not going to name names.
That actually. Well, you're saying that I know this person?
No, I know this person, but there are people I know that listen to the show, so I can't put them on blast.
Okay.
Or I don't want them to figure it out who it is, because a lot of people have divorced in like 30 years.
Well, then we'll quietly move on to the next subject matter.
But that's how I remember it. I was like, oh, depends. But apparently
we always use
depend.
We always use it as like a slang or some kind of like type of insult to somebody.
But you knew it as depend?
That's all we always called it. Depends.
Okay.
We didn't buy it, so I didn't see the logo.
I always said depends, so
that's what I said. Depends. Give you the other one. There you go.
So you agree is depends.
I agree that's how we called it.
Okay.
But it's one of those products that we never bought. Yeah. Right. And then, or if they did, I did not know about it.
Right.
And so I never really paid attention to the logo.
So we're going to go to number 9. Number 8 was Oscar Mayer. Number 9 is another product placement. And I think this more has to do with Rocky.
I think this is made up, believe it or not.
No, I think this is more of misspelling, because when I was a little kid, I thought it was spelled Sketchers.
So the
but
Skechers logo.
the Skechers.
Okay.
So I always thought when I was a kid it was spelled with a T, and when I got older I was like, oh, I was just mispronouncing it based on spelling, like Oscar Mayer.
Okay.
I don't think it's a Mandela effect. I think
this is made up. I think this
No. I used to think it was spelled with the T when I was younger.
You actually remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we started talking about Mandela effects, this is one that I threw in the category of this was made up because people wanted it to be this way. And
No.
because it makes no sense to me why you would have the T in there. Because why would you name a company Skechers to make your shoe sound sketchy?
Yeah, because
It don't make sense to me.
Yeah, but I think it's because of
What kind of shoes you got? I got the Sketchies.
Because of the way we are pronouncing it, Skechers. So we think it's a T in there, Skechers.
Yeah, but that's what the CH is for. Sketch.
Yeah, but when you're in certain areas that have slang,
Chicky, wow, wow. I mean, it's
so when you're from Jersey, New York, or Boston,
boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
yeah.
chicka,
So
boom,
when you're from the areas like I am, we spell it the way we talk. So it's like Skechers. So it's like, oh, there's a T in there. So I just think it's a region thing. I think it's a language thing. So I don't think that's a Mandela effect.
It could be. I don't think this is Mandela. Like I said, I
don't think it's Mandela.
I think this was made up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think this is Mandela. I think this is just people
Wanting it to be one.
Right.
When it's really not.
Yeah. We did number 10, which is the Froot Loops. You always remembered it with
I remember with the double O's.
So this is what threw me off is I knew the double O's was below, but I always thought the fruit was Fruit. So, I disagree on that. I knew the double O's was down below, but I didn't know the fruit was on top. Like, why would you spell it fruit? Why would you have four?
It's a play on the word. So, I mean, it's
so stupid.
It's a lot better than sketchy.
I like sketchy. All right. So Froot Loops we have discussed.
Let's go to number 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip number 11. That's
Yeah,
just
that was
dumb.
stupid.
Yeah.
This
okay.
is the one that
This
really
is the
kind of
big one.
like triggered everything here.
Yeah, this is the big one. Is just like
And there's so many references to it from the past, from the 90s, plus playing the game, and just all the references to it all lead to this.
Yeah, no, and that's the Monopoly man having a monocle, and apparently he's never had a monocle.
Who is this ghastly man?
Ace Ventura, pet detective.
And you must be the Monopoly guy.
Hey. Thanks for the free parking.
So,
I love Ace Ventura and Nature Calls. That's such a classic. He knocks him out and wears him like a rug.
yeah, like a mink coat
Like
kind of a
mink
thing.
coat because she's wearing a fox around.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wearing the fruits of nature. He goes, alrighty then.
So it's a lot of people don't like Jim Carrey, but that dude was hilarious back then.
Jim Carrey is one of those legends where when he passes away, we could say, wow, we had a comedic genius. Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey.
Robin Williams. I mean,
who do people have now? Pete Davidson? Come on now.
Really? That dude's not even funny. Dude, did you see the roast? He wasn't funny in the roast.
I got halfway through. It was when his friend was talking, wearing the white tuxedo. I was up where he was talking because the other guy...
I fast forwarded the whole thing until The Rock came on.
Oh, I didn't get there yet.
Because, the dynamic of that bromance, love romance, whatever they got going on there. I wanted to see what The Rock had to say. I could care less about what everybody else.
Right.
And then actually I take that back. I did watch the Cat Williams version because I want
to get to that yet.
I wanted to see Cat Williams roast him really bad.
Yeah,
but
I
everybody
wanna get
else
there.
was just like, I don't care about the girls and what they have to say.
Jeff Ross was funny. I saw a little bit of I saw all the Jeff Ross.
Oh, he's going to be the subject of our next conversation. He dressed like Michael.
No, he was dressed like Eddie Murphy.
Oh, Eddie Murphy. That's right.
Yeah,
Eddie
he
Murphy.
got dressed as Eddie Murphy.
Oh, that's right, from Raw.
Delirious. Raw was purple.
Raw was purple.
Delirious was red.
Dude, wow.
Yeah, and he
Good
told
memory.
him, he goes, "Oh, I'm dressing up as your idol because Eddie Murphy can't be here."
There you go.
So you
Gotcha.
got me.
But anyways, the Monopoly guy, did he have a monocle? Did he not have a monocle?
They're saying he never did, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
Oh man,
I remember in 2000. See, this is why I'm saying 2009. I distinctly remember telling my sister Christine in 2009, late 2009. I'm like, oh, because we wanted to buy a new Monopoly game, so we went to rest in peace. We went to Toys R Us. We got the brand new, state of the art Monopoly that was brand new. I was like, oh look, they redesigned it. They changed it. They got rid of his monocle. Okay, and then come to find out, he never had one. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? I was like, no. I was like, no way. Hold the phone here. It's just like, that's not it. And that's when I had an aha moment where I was just like, no, I remember Jim Carrey saying in Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, you must be the Monopoly guy, because he had the monocle. So it's just, I'm at an impasse here. I'm like, bullshit.
I think
What's his name again? Uncle Pennybags or something? What's his name?
Not Uncle Pennybags. Well, it wasn't Uncle Pennybags. It was it was
Something like that. People are trying to say that the Mandela effect for this is that you and me and apparently half of the world is confusing the Monopoly man with Mr. Peanut from the Planters. And I'm like, no. Maybe Mr. Peanut was inspired by the Monopoly man wearing the monocle.
Well, I think that was probably because the Monopoly guy also had a cane.
Yeah. Oh no.
He carried a cane with him. I remember it both ways, but here's what I think it's going to confuse a lot of people, and this is what I'm going to lean on, is that Monopoly has gone through an enormous amount of revisions over the years. Because remember, this thing goes back to 1935.
Yeah.
And I want to say back in the early versions, the 50s, the 60s versions of Monopoly.
From Parker Brothers.
Yeah, because it's evolved over the last, almost 90 years. So
it's evolved to today, Rocky. If you go to Barnes and Noble,
it's everywhere. It's on your phone.
Well, if you go to Barnes and Noble over out here in Deer, not Deer Valley, Happy Valley. Is that what it's called in Norterra? Whatever. It's in the Norterra.
Okay.
And there's a Barnes and Noble there. When you go in there, guess what monopolies they have? Two of them that I saw for Arizona. They have.
Oh, they have
Tucson.
They have the region divisions. Yeah.
They have a Tucson monopoly and they have a Scottsdale monopoly. I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
Yeah, they have different versions for the whatever city you're in.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They got so many different versions. They got the national parks version.
Yeah. Well, me being from New Jersey, I knew Monopoly because that's for Atlantic City, New Jersey. All those streets, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Lexington, Park Ave, all that's in Atlantic City. So when you visit Atlantic City, that's the streets you have to travel to get to the hotel.
It was because that's I think where it kind of for the most part originated was up in the Northeast.
Yeah,
and plus when you think about properties and stuff like that, Park Avenue, you hear about Park Avenue, it's like, ooh, Park Avenue must be the wealthy street to live on.
Yeah, because it faces the water, I believe. I'm trying to remember.
The park?
Boardwalk Avenue.
Boardwalk.
Yeah, yeah. That's where the hotels and casinos are.
Yeah, so growing up, there were different versions of Monopoly back then. So I think there were probably going to be some versions. Hell, there could have even been knockoffs that we've seen.
Well, here's a fun fact. The Queen of England, may she rest in peace, long live the Queen. Oh, she's dead now. King Charles. So the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, she forbade family members from playing Monopoly because it caused too many arguments. So you were not allowed to play Monopoly in the palace. It was forbidden because it caused a lot of fights.
Well, I'm going to say it caused a lot of fights because I think
because some asshole owned all the railroads. That's why.
So there's actually a couple of people let's get into the rabbit hole about Monopoly. There's people that are saying that people play it wrong.
Oh, there is no free parking.
There is no free parking. Yeah.
It's just a space that you land on.
Yeah,
some people put the what is it, the tax money. If you pay tax, the taxes go into the free parking.
Yeah, so there's but what I'm saying it's the style of play and how you play and like you can't there's different versions. Like you can't have a hotel and a house on the same property. You got to have all the houses,
Yes.
and then you sell the houses back to in order to build a hotel. So there's different versions.
No.
Yeah.
You have to buy. They have to have 4 houses. Once you have 4 houses, then you can put a hotel.
Yeah, and then
Not all properties have to have. So what you're saying
you
is
have to have the 4 houses first,
right.
and then in order to put a hotel, you got to sell those 4 houses back to put a hotel.
You sell them back.
Yeah, and they go because you can't have them on the property. You have to get rid of the 4 houses.
Yeah.
The 4 houses are eliminated from the game.
Yeah. You
so
just
they can't be
exchange it.
resold. So once the houses are gone, they're gone, right?
Oh,
It's like once they're used up, they're used up. They don't go back into the pool and somebody else can build a house.
yeah. They go
Yeah.
back into the bank.
Yeah, but they're gone. It can't be bought again. They're done. They're demolished.
What?
That's what I'm saying. There's so
Who
many
came up with that bullshit?
fall into the rabbit hole of how people play Monopoly wrong. Seriously, you can spend an hour.
You
2
buy the
hours.
houses and then you put them back, and the banker takes them back.
Yeah, but when they go back to the bank, they can't be resold.
Wow.
That's the misconception. Is
Excuse me?
you go until the process of elimination.
I'm about to call my sister right now. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
you
about
do-
to yell at her right now.
Do that because people play it wrong. Monopoly isn't supposed to be a 7-day game. It's supposed to be played in a night.
Dude, it's been I played Monopoly 3 days to the point where we wrote down everything on paper.
It's not Dungeons and Dragons, bro.
No, like so we would come back the next day from school, we set it up again.
It's-
okay, you had 1,400, you had this property, you had that property, and you owed this, you owed that.
It's supposed
This
to be
was
played,
mortgaged.
It's supposed to be played within a 6-hour to 8-hour game.
Oh, dude, I played it longer than that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. People are playing it wrong.
Literally, like you see how it is right now outside, like bright and sunny.
Yeah.
I played until the sunset, like until it was dark, like
Yeah.
when it was nighttime.
And we
I was
did
like-
too.
I was
And-
like, oh, we got to get something. to
And
eat.
no one wanted to play Monopoly because it lasted days. And it's like, well,
Somebody wanted to win.
because we were playing it wrong. We were playing it wrong. Oh my god! So
My
fall
grandmother,
into the rabbit hole on that one.
my grandma Carmen, she had actually my friend Carl. He's visiting here now. They have the Monopoly where it's a green felt. It was a something edition, 50th edition, whatever it was. It was a special edition. You could check it out. It came out in the 90s or the 80s. It was green felt, wood, and I think it was gold pieces. That one my grandma Carmen had. And my friend Carl, his aunt has it. She lives right here across the street from me. And they actually have it built on, they went to a carpenter and they had a leg stand built under it. It's really, really interesting. I'll take a picture of it because I'm going there tonight. So
Okay.
I'll try and take the picture and I'll add it on my on the video if I can.
So okay, yeah. So Monopoly developed in 1935. The Monopoly
Wow.
Man, Rich Uncle Pennybags,
Rich Uncle Pennybags. Okay.
Well, there,
Richie Rich's
Milburn Pennybags is his name, or the money bag.
Milburn?
Milburn Pennybags. So
Milburn sounds like a street you and I deliver mail to.
and then who knows how many versions of Monopoly there are, but
A lot.
from the original to what it is today, it's definitely evolved. I remember it with a monocle. So
do I.
And I think a lot of people do, because when you associate a rich Uncle Pennybags,
Yeah.
that was the style, that European style of like you were wearing the tuxedo with the top hat
And a monocle.
then they all have monocles. And
Yes, I agree. I agree with you.
That's how I remember it.
No, that's how I remember it. For them to tell me that it never happened or it never existed just really throws me off, because I was like, no, he's always had it. No way.
Yeah, I think there were versions in the beginning, in the earlier years, that had it, and then when this became an issue topic, they basically try to wipe out the monocle altogether. So
Yeah.
now that's what people today believe.
Right.
But going back to Gen X, I would even go back to the boomers on this one. Well, that was their generation, man.
Yeah.
That was, a game developed in the late 30s, and the boomers were basically born in the 30s.
Yeah. So no,
40s.
40s. So
Well, it was post World War II. So
it's post World War II. So when they were little,
late 40s, early 50s.
yeah, when they were little, they started to play it,
Yeah.
and then they taught the kids and the grandkids, which was
and
us.
they taught us wrong.
and they brought their, what happened was, I think probably what happened was in the 50s or the 60s, they wanted to spice it up, and they brought their own thing. Would you believe they forced me to bring my Star Wars Episode 1 Monopoly because people were bringing in Monopoly money from other games? Mm-hmm. So they would hide it in their pockets.
Yeah, people cheat.
So they were like, Damien, can you bring your Star Wars Episode 1 Monopoly game? I'm like, yeah, why? It was like, so nobody could cheat and bring in their own money.
Yeah.
Because they didn't trust somebody at the table, and they thought that she brought the Monopoly money.
That's so shady.
And I'm like, no way. And they're like, yeah, she really likes to win. She's competitive.
You know what?
I was like, okay. So I brought it.
She's very sketchy.
She probably wore Skechers with the straps.
So the next one on the list, and this one is another one that actually I did not get into the game until after it became popular.
Yeah.
So I can't say one way or another how it was. But what I do remember is on Pikachu's tail, his ends, the top of the ears, the back of the tail, and his toes, they were all they're black tipped.
Exactly. That's how I remember it too.
That's how I remember back then.
I agree with you. Yes.
So for people to say that there was never a black tip on his tail,
I wish I had taken photos of this particular event. It was 1999. Me, my uncle Victor, my cousin Eddie, we went to the Woodbridge Center Mall, and they had back then what was called the Pokemon Tour. And they had a Volkswagen Beetle, yellow, and it was called the Pikachu Beetle. And I specifically remember that the tail on the end of the Volkswagen sticking out had the black tip on it. And now when I Google and I look for it, I was just like, it never was on there. And I'm like, my mind is not playing tricks on me. I always thought Pikachu had the black tip, the black tail.
I do remember it. It was because I remember when they were explaining to me who Pikachu was, and I was getting to learn it a little bit. It was designed to resemble the lightning bolt, right?
Well, the Pikachu is the main reason why I am who I'm with today, because at the Arizona State Fair, I won her Pikachu. Actually, I'll show it to you, but you can keep talking to the audience. I want everyone to hear your reaction when I show you.
All right. So Pikachu's tail, the way I remember it was in the shape of a lightning bolt. The way I remember it was that it had a brown tip on it in a like a zigzag pattern. And I think probably over time.
So here it is. You could see I'm holding it in front of you, and you could see that it doesn't have the black on the tail.
Not on the tip.
Not on the tip. And actually, I won this for her at the Arizona State Fair, so you can see it's pretty big. It's pretty.
They got the brown and the pooper scooper, but not the tip.
Yeah. So you can even see on the prize that I won her. Again, I won that on the third date, and
that's messed up. They put it on the pooper scooper.
Yeah, I know.
But,
hold on, I'll put it back.
Anyways, no. Pikachu. But like I said, I didn't really get into the whole Pokemon craze in the beginning originally. Like it is. So when I did get into it, it was like, oh, this is generation 1. I'm like, okay, cool. And then then they're like, no, this is generation 2, generation 3.
There's
like, oh my God.
I thought it changed because of the whole 150 things. I was like, oh, maybe they just changed it with design.
No, they just added generations.
No, the same thing as Ash. I was like, oh yeah, they changed his hat, they changed the way he looked, but nope.
Yeah, so
it was all lies. And even in Super Smash Brothers, I was like, I remember his design having the black tail. So even playing Super Smash Brothers, I'm like, this was all a lie? Like, nah.
I'm gonna go with my original remembrance of him with the tip on the tail.
I agree with you. That's so. This next one boggles my mind, and this is number 14. Is that apparently Kit Kat
never had a hyphen,
and it's just like. I was like, oh, okay. They just changed the design. I was like, no, Damien. You're misremembering. There was never a hyphen. Yeah. And I'm just like, excuse me?
Well, I want to say what people probably saw back then was that on the first word kit, because the hyphen is right below the T. So,
yeah.
So I think people might, especially if you don't really pay it too much of attention or you take it at a glance or whatever, that hyphen resembles the T. Now, I do remember I remember it with a hyphen in the beginning. Yeah, because there was a space between the T and the K.
Yeah.
It wasn't bunched up. So there was like an actual like spatial space.
And we're talking about the older logo from like the 80s and the 90s,
Yeah.
not the new one.
Yeah. Because my theory on this was they wanted to make the candy bar smaller, so they had to make the packaging smaller. So where do you get rid of it? You get rid of
the hyphen.
You get rid of that middle space.
Yeah.
So Kit Kat, so when you hyphenate something in proper English, you do the first word hyphen, second word.
Yeah.
And it had the hyphen. So then to make the candy bar smaller, because of price of chocolate, whatever, when they started decreasing the size of candy bars.
Yeah.
Because me growing up, and maybe it was just me being tiny and a kid and whatnot, but when I got a Snickers bar, they looked like king size bars back then.
Oh, that was the same way with me with the Crunch Bar in the aluminum foil. I thought it was a big colossal thing that took me forever to open.
Yeah, and so with Kit Kat, I think probably what happened at the time, and I don't know, my theory is that they went to shorten the length of the sticks, and in order to make the packaging smaller, they had to get rid of something, so they got rid of that middle space, which eliminated the hyphen. But I remember eating it as a hyphen.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that. I think it was something happened, and maybe it is a Mandela effect. I'm like, okay, something happened in the space-time continuum because I do not remember that at all, and that really bothers the hell out of me. So we got number 15 next.
Well, I don't remember that one as much as I do the next one.
The next one, I kind of remember this one.
This one, because I remember the commercials, right?
Yeah.
So there was a commercial where you got this giant, big-ass cornucopia, and then you have all the characters rolling out of it.
Yeah.
You had the apple, the grape, you had all the characters that rolled out of the cornucopia, and then they stood up and kind of like, hey, and then that's when they went on with the commercial.
God almighty, boy!
So I remember there being a cornucopia
That's what I thought. Yeah.
on the logo, because it resembles kind of like your fruits on a table,
Yeah, cornucopia, you put the fruit in it, and that makes sense to me. But now it's just the fruit. And I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, they just changed the logo. They updated it.
Because it makes no sense just to have a bunch of fruits.
Sitting there.
Yeah, it makes no sense. So you're going to put them in a bowl. You can put them in a cornucopia.
Yeah, so I think this is a real Mandela effect because it makes no sense just having the fruit.
And the harder part about it in today's world is with AI and everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to disprove it because you can make anything with AI now.
Anything with AI.
It's like the next one with Cheez-Its, right? Is
Okay.
it with a it or an it's?
Now, how do you feel about this? Because I live near a factory in Sayreville, New Jersey. I lived near it was a Nabisco factory in Sayreville, New Jersey.
Crazy part is I had a Nabisco factory right near my house.
Did you?
And they made the little fudge ones, the ones with the stripes, the fudge
So
stripes.
mine made the Cheez-Its, and then they moved. See, I say Cheez-Its. Mine made the Cheez-Its, and they moved to Ohio. But I remember them baking it. You could smell it. It was good.
That was cheesy.
What? It wets. Excuse me.
So we didn't eat a lot of Cheez-Its growing up. I think the reason why people are probably misremembering it is because when you call it Cheez-It,
Yeah.
it's a singular term. When you call it Cheez-Its, it's a box of Cheez-Its.
Yeah, it's plural.
It's pluralized. So
So do you think this is more of a language thing versus a real thing?
yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's go with that one because why would you name something singular after? I guess the same thing would apply for Kit Kats, right?
Well,
You
even
got
the
4
box,
sticks.
it shows a really big Cheez-It. But am I misremembering? Didn't they have box with a whole bunch of them on it?
Honestly, I don't know.
I thought in the 90s
I think the one
they had
would
the
be
box with a whole bunch of tiny
now
ones.
the one that had a bunch on it because it had the sleeve, and that was the Ritz crackers. That might be where people are misremembering because
okay.
you got the Ritz crackers, which does have a Z,
Right.
and the Ritz crackers had the sleeve of the crackers, and then they had a little block of cheese and stuff on it.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm
And-
confusing with Ritz.
The Ritz and the Cheez-Its. So
Yeah.
that might be where some people might be getting. We ate the Ritz crackers, and then we ate vanilla wafers, and that was about it. But
My grandma Carmen loved vanilla wafers and milk.
puddings my family would make,
Oh
unbelievable,
my
man.
God. Like, you're taking me back. That big yellow box was always on top of the refrigerator. and she loved dipping vanilla wafers in whole milk. That was her.
Yeah, did
was
that
her
in whole
sweet
milk
tooth.
and the banana puddings and oh my god.
she
And
she
now
was a product of
wafers taste like crap.
They
Believe
do.
it.
She
I
should have been
don't
a
know.
spokesman for that freaking thing because she bought it.
I don't know what they
did.
did to the recipe, but they ruined it.
Oh, they probably added
Just like all
chemicals.
we can do a whole other episode on how they ruin fast
Food.
foods, snack foods, right? It's like the same thing going on right now with Hershey's.
What's going on with Hershey's?
Did you hear that they're going to go back to actually using real chocolate?
Okay. They weren't using it before?
No, they stopped doing it, and like they confessed to it. Like, look it up. It's they confessed to stop using real chocolate, or they added other preservatives and stuff in it before.
Wow.
But there's been such a big, huge outcry that Hershey's said by 2027 they're going to start going back to the original real chocolate recipe.
Thank God. Bring that back.
They need to do that with all of them. Hostess did it, so
Hostess did it. Yeah. Actually, you know what's so interesting is that when it comes to Coca-Cola, unless it's from a fast food place like McDonald's or Burger King where it has the real syrup and stuff in it, I won't drink it anywhere else. I won't drink it out of the bottle. I won't drink it out
it's
of
the
the can.
carbonation process too.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'll drink it. But if I have an option to buy a bottle, it would be Mexican Coca-Cola because it's the original
Well, they make
recipe.
Coca-Cola different in every country.
Well, the Mexican Coca-Cola is what they used to sell in America in the 80s and the 70s.
Well, it's because it's got the raw sugar.
Right, and they sold that recipe to Mexico. So that's why if I have a chance, if I go to Filiberto's, if I go anywhere, and they have Mexican Coca-Cola in the bottle, I'm buying it.
Yeah. And it tastes better in a bottle than in cans. So
Well, I've had other bottle Coca-Colas, but I'm like, the Mexican one is better because that's what we grew up with, you and I. Yeah. Cheez-Its, huh? Oh, okay.
Cheez-Its. I think it's probably a misremembering thing
Yeah.
because it's like, why would you call something
I
a
agree.
singular term versus a plural term?
Yeah. So this one, number 17, the double stuff Oreos.
We didn't have enough money to get the double stuff, so we just got the regular.
Did you get the store brand where it was just like the little brown and one?
No, we weren't allowed to eat Oreos because they turned your teeth black.
All right. So we'll skip this one because I really don't remember the double stuff.
I don't remember the
yeah,
double
I don't
stuff.
remember it.
If anything, we got
can't
just the
comment.
regular Oreos, and I can tell you the difference in the packaging. And here's the funny thing though, when my parents and my grandparents all bought cookies.
Yeah.
They go to the store, they take them out, and when they put them in the cookie jar, and they throw away the packaging.
Oh.
So it's not like a box of crackers where you put the box
was
back
a
in
jar.
the pantry.
Cookie jar.
We actually had a cookie jar.
Yeah.
And people don't do that. But you can just walk by, lift the lid, and boop, grab a cookie and go.
Yeah.
Right.
It
And
was, if you think about it, it's smarter because it keeps them from being stale versus if you keep it in the original box and the packaging is going to go stale faster versus the jar.
and and when you use a jar that's got the
suction
the
thing.
suction vent thing,
Yeah.
the lid on it. Unless it's made fantastic, I'll have to show you my grandma. My grandma's was fantastic. It was a handmade from like the 40s ceramic, and
Ooh.
it had like an indent on the lid.
Oh, from touching it?
No, it had like a male and a female insert prong, so it like sat on top of around the whole lip.
Yeah.
That actually created a suction
Yeah.
to preserve the cookies inside.
Okay.
So it didn't have the plastic or the rubbery seal on it. Now this was like, so it's I don't know what you want to call it. It's a female on the bottom,
Yeah.
or the top on the lid, and then the male was the bottom. So when you put
It
the lid
catches
back
it.
on, it seals right onto that all the way around the whole lid,
Okay.
and that's what kept it
you
fresh.
see, some inventions were so simple and easy back then.
Yeah, it's corporate America ruining everything. Seriously.
All right, so we're gonna go to number 18, Mona Lisa smile. So
Okay.
apparently,
I
she had a more noticeable smile versus this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have no input on this one.
Yeah,
I'm
not an art guy, so I can't say yes.
For me, I'm gonna just go with the no smile because the way I remember her was, it's kind of like taking an 1980s, or I'm sorry, an 1860s photograph where you have to stand still for an hour.
Yeah, so to me, I always thought she had a subtle smile. Even Al Pacino said the line in Devil's Advocate, "I'm the hand that's up Mona Lisa's skirt," or no, up her dress. Hence the smile.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with no smile because and that's just kind of just the faint remembrance that I have of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. There was no smile. It was just like it was a subtle smile, but
Now this next one is
this is a
definitely a
big one.
controversy with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I think this goes both ways. right? And because I don't think people really remember the original versus because it changed. I want to say this is the part of the movie that they changed in the remaster edition of like 2011 or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so we're basically talking about C-3PO, and did he have a silver leg?
All right. So now,
So-
so you and I are gonna like talk about this.
So
one.
this one's going to be debatable. So here's the thing. So the answer is, did he have a silver leg? And I'm going to say yes and no, right? So
Let's get
technically,
into this.
here's how I remember, and you can rebut on this, right? So when they get up to the penthouses, right, and and then C-3PO has to go hide, right,
Yeah.
and then that's when they basically disassemble him,
Okay.
right, and then
Are you talking about Bespin and Cloud City?
yeah, the Cloud City, right? So he gets disassembled.
Apparently, he had the silver leg in episode 4, and I don't remember that. I remember him having a gold leg.
In the New Hope, the
New
first
Hope,
one,
yeah.
he had the gold.
Yeah,
It
but
was-
it says he had the silver.
Not in the first one.
That's
He
what it
should-
says.
Okay, he shouldn't have.
No, that's what it says. So this is where.
Okay, and then in the
That's where we're gonna get to this.
so the way I remember in the timeline is that when you get into the Cloud City, which is in episode 5,
Right.
and he gets disassembled,
Bespin, yeah.
right, and then that's when R2D2 and Chewbacca grab all the parts.
I knew you and I were gonna get into this one.
He grabs all the parts, and that's when Chewbacca reassembles him, right? Because Chewbacca reassembled him, and he put his head on backward, all of those whatever, right? And then because of it,
Okay.
he put on a silver from the knee down.
Nope.
That's where the silver came from.
No, if you watch episode 4, when C-3PO and R2D2 are going across the hallway while the lasers are being blasted and they go into the escape pod, Rocky, my friend, he has a silver leg. So
In episode 4.
in episode 4,
The New Hope.
the New Hope, we're in a little bit of a disagreement there. I thought he had the
Unless-
gold legs until I saw it again. I was like, oh, okay.
Unless that was when they met, because in the beginning, in the first episode, that's when Luke discovers them, with the Jawas.
Yeah, and he goes in the oil bath.
So that might be where the Jawas put the silver leg on him.
No, it's even before he crash lands on the planet.
So basically, he's got a silver leg from the beginning.
He's got a silver leg when Princess Leia.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, when Princess Leia puts the. That's what I
Okay.
was saying. I gotta put the Perry Mason theme again because it's just like he had it when Princess Leia does the recording.
Now, are you talking about
when she
the
does
original
the original
movie, the one that came out in 1977?
1977? And yes, Han shot first.
In 1977, the original movie.
Yes. In the original movie, she records the message, puts in R2. He's like, R2, what are you doing there? And they go across in the escape pod. When you see them crossing in the Captain Antilles ship, he has the silver leg.
When he's on a mission to go find Obi-Wan.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm gonna have to pay attention to that again because I don't recall him having a silver leg
Bro, he had
from
a silver
the
leg.
beginning.
From the beginning, when he goes with the Princess Leia R2D2 thing.
I
Yes.
just remember it more distinctly when they're in the Cloud City and Chewbacca has to reassemble him
with
and
his
then
leg hanging out, in the
Yeah.
in the basket
Yeah.
backpack thing.
Well, because he only had the torso and the head on at the time.
Right.
But yeah, that's the way I remember it. And then when he finally put them up together,
Yeah.
that's when we saw the silver leg.
So they even emphasize on the silver leg in Star Wars Episode 2 because he's silver. So in Star Wars Episode 2, he's a silver protocol droid. And that's when Anakin sees like C-3PO? So that's what they're
Okay,
emphasizing.
I'm gonna let you go with that one because
because they're trying to fix the Mandela effect.
I did not watch episodes 1, 2, 3 because I thought that was
Episode 3, I'm telling you, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson is the man.
There was a lot of things that I did see and hear about that, but I was very disappointed with 7, 8, 9.
Did you watch at least the Kenobi series, the miniseries?
I did watch the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the one with
It takes place. It takes place
Right.
10 years before Episode 4.
Was it Ewan
McGregor.
McGregor? Yes,
Fantastic.
I did watch that one.
Okay.
That was actually the only one that was good because
It was
because I
fantastic.
thought Solo sucked.
Solo,
It was bad. That guy was not a good actor to play Han.
I'm indifferent with Solo. It's not. I'm in the middle. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's
It's so bad.
I did find that it could have been better.
Yeah,
I
actually
do
get a good
feel
actor.
I feel that the sequels are bad. The worst Star Wars for me. Actually, I like Solo more than Star Wars Episode 8. I forgot the name of it, but it's the in between movie where Luke is using like a Force ghost and he dies and disappears, and then he takes a lightsaber and throws it behind him. I think that's the worst one. That's I hate it. It's like you took all this world building and you just throw it away because you don't like what the director did before you. Yeah. I'd rather watch Solo than Episode 8. That's my opinion.
Wow.
But going back to 3PO.
You know what? Honestly, here's honestly, to anyone that wants to get into Star Wars, if you're not into Star Wars, this is what I recommend. First off, your first movie that you should watch is Rogue One. Right?
Yes.
Rogue One, because that's the bridge between 3 and 4. Right? So watch Rogue One, start there, then watch Episode 4, The New Hope, then number 5, and then number 6, and then stop altogether.
Just stop it there.
Stop altogether. The rest is crap. The rest is bullshit.
Well, for me, I'll play off of that. I'll say watch Star Wars Episode 3, then watch Kenobi, then watch Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, and then end it there.
Okay, so if you want to add Kenobi in there, okay, I can see adding the Kenobi.
But you
got
got to start with Episode 3 for world building. I think Episode 3 is fantastic. I think the Emperor was amazing in that. I think him fighting Yoda is great. He's like, now you just say it's the full power of the dark side, and he just like zaps Yoda, and Yoda like force pushes him, and they're lightsaber battling, and you see Mace Windu, Sam Jackson fight with this purple lightsaber. Although Episode 2, the
Is
end
that where
of it
the
was
Jedi's
just-
die at the end?
Yeah.
In that one canyon area?
That's Episode 2. Yeah, at the end.
The one that I thought was the most shittiest fight scene ever.
Where.
Okay, so that was Episode 2?
Yeah, he kills Jango Fett, where he slices off his arm and then his head in front of Boba Fett. If for those of you who can't see, Rocky's hitting his head on the mic.
All right, so yeah, so we'll go with Damien's gonna say watch Episode 3 first,
Watch Episode 3. You don't have to
and
watch
then watch
1 and
Solo, not Solo, but the Obi-Wan
2.
series.
Obi-Wan series, and
Right.
then Rogue One.
and then Rogue One.
Rogue One is great because they use deleted footage from the original Star
Yep.
Wars. So when
And
you see
it
those pilots talking,
it sets up what Episode 4 is about.
yeah. So when you see like the pilots talking in Rogue One, that's unused footage. Those are deleted scenes of,
Yeah.
of the pilots talking in Episode 4. So they're like, oh well, let's use.
It's all about heroism, and
it's
it's a great movie because it's all about heroism.
Yeah.
The sacrifices that the people made in order to get to Episode 4.
Can we talk about Darth Vader hallway scene? What is your opinion on that?
That was spine tingling. That
Yeah.
was like the best entry. I was mind blown. I still love that scene.
Yeah, I felt
That
bad.
is probably one of the best fight scenes.
Yeah.
Not even really a fight scene, but it was the best.
destruction.
It was the best character. I would use that as like the best character intro ever.
Yeah.
He was menacing. He was fearful. He was Darth Vader, what Vader is supposed to be.
Peak performance.
That's what Vader should be.
Yeah.
They mellowed him out and drowned him out in the other videos, but that's where yeah. So we'll go with the fight scene.
I felt bad because I yelled out when I was in the movie theater. I said, "Oh shit!" Because he lifted the guy up into the ceiling. I was like, "Oh shit!"
And you remember that was the trailer itself.
Yeah,
That was the trailer itself to get people hooked into the show, and so. And they didn't even show you the whole thing. They just gave you the original, like when the doors opened and the smoke came out and all the lights turned off,
And he walks.
and all you just see is the saber go, people
he's
flying everywhere,
blocking,
and then it moved on from there. But
I
that
like,
was a great movie trailer.
What I love the most, because we're talking about characters in that scene, is the one guy, he's yelling, "Help us." Then he realizes he's gonna die, so he tells the guy, "Just take it." He's like, "Take it."
Yeah, and he sticks his hand with the thing. That's what I'm talking about, heroism.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and that's the way movies should be.
Yeah, and he tells Launch and stuff.
And the
he's killing-
sacrifices that people made in order to do it. It's
What were they called again? The Royal Guards, Princess Leia's guards. What were they called? Royal Guards.
I think they might have been the Royal Guards.
The Royal Guards. Yeah, yeah. So they were all getting slaughtered.
Yeah, and only that one guy lived that went too. So, and well, they got to if you're gonna sacrifice the tribe, you might as well leave the one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like old Native American warfare. Well, it is. That's what
You're
they
gonna
did.
go that far back. Well,
That's what they did. If you wipe out the 1,000 people that are in the tribe, and then
Yeah.
you leave that one guy open so he can tell the tale.
So we're gonna jump up a little bit on the list. We're not gonna go all the way down, and now we're just gonna talk about random things on the list. But since we're on Star Wars, we're gonna talk about Star Wars Episode 5.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
So people think it's Luke. I am your father.
Well, I'm indifferent on this one because I think he says both.
Same, yeah.
So where I'm getting at is from the original versus the remastered edition.
You think it changed from the original?
I think they clipped out the scene. So
I had the original on VHS. I always said, "No, I am your father."
no, there's a pause between it. So where. God, I had a really good friend that memorized the entire script. But, anyways,
Wait. What are you saying here?
So
Can
when
you
he's at
repeat that?
when he
You said that you think it's different.
so Luke goes, he told me you killed him, and he goes, Luke.
Right.
He says, Luke. No, I am your father. He says both.
Yeah, right.
That's the way I remember it. He says both.
You don't think he said, "Luke, Luke, I am your father."
No, he doesn't say it that way. He says it. You're an actor. It's in the delivery of the words. There's a pause between it.
Right.
Luke. No,
I am your father.
I am your father. It's the pauses between it.
So you think he said Luke? But he doesn't say it.
They changed the clip.
They didn't change the clip. That's the original. And I had the original on VHS tape in 1996.
The way I remember
Unaltered.
watching it on the big screen was Luke. No.
The big screen.
I am your father. Dude, oh my God.
1980? Excuse me? You're gonna try to throw that in my face? Get the hell out of here. I had it on VHS. Okay. All right.
Sorry. The Life of a Gen X. I did watch it on the big screen when it first came
Yeah,
out.
you gotta throw that in my face. Well, I saw it on the big screen, so you're wrong. Okay, Rocky. Okay. No, I had it on VHS.
I remember it being both ways.
So your theory is that George Lucas changed it because you're right. George
When they did the
Lucas,
remastered edition,
he remastered it.
right? They changed a lot of things.
Well, yeah.
They changed the Cloud City. They
did.
They changed just different, like the ending of 4.
Right.
Right. When they did the whole party scene on the
6.
finale.
The party scene is 6. Episode 4 is when
6
when
had
the
the
Death
party-
Star explodes. Now
Right.
it's a circular, like Saturn explosion.
Right. So when they did that whole celebration, no, because even with the Ewoks, they changed up the Ewok ones.
Yeah, the Ewok is
The ending
episode
of the
6,
Ewoks.
the song.
So, but then also when they were at the palace and they walked up all those stairs.
Okay, that's episode 4.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. When they walked up all those stairs, the ceremony, and they got their ribbons.
Yeah.
Right.
Chewbacca never got one.
Oh, well, he's not human.
You racist motherfucker.
Dude, follow the Star Wars trilogy. They was a slave.
Oh, you're okay.
Oh my gosh, you didn't know that?
Okay.
Anyways,
You see that door over there? I want you to walk right through it.
he wasn't Han's friend. He was a slave.
Oh my God, Rocky.
Dude, didn't you ever play the video games? Oh my God. Anyways,
I did play Battlefront, yes.
Yeah. So when they did that ceremony at the end, when they had to walk up and they got their medal ceremony, and Leia gave it to him, and
Han gave a wink like I'm gonna tap that ass later.
yeah, but the ceremony and the people in the background, wasn't originally there. It was just them getting their medals and turning around, and then it just moving on to the
people.
credits.
Okay, so the people weren't there. They were painted matte stand-ins. It was cardboard.
Right, but not in the remastered edition.
The remastered is the same
It's
thing
CGI
as,
and stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right, because in the original episode 4, you see Han Solo running, and there was only 3 or 4 stormtroopers. But now in the new one, there's like hundreds of them. There's like a whole army back there.
Yeah. It's
And Boba Fett is in it.
so there's through the remastered editions, they tweaked a lot of little things.
So in episode 5, the remastered in 1997 is not the remastered now. So for instance, in 1997, so you want to throw movie theaters in the face, Mr. Rocky, I'm going to throw this in your face. In 1997, when I saw the special edition release in 97, when Luke falls down after what we just heard,
then he falls
screams. He's screaming as he's falling down into the tube. He's like, which was an audio of the Emperor from episode 6. But in 2004, they took it out. George Lucas like, I don't like the scream. Let's take it out. So in 2004.
Well, that's when so if we're going to talk about that, he did scream in the original because he jumped to his death.
No, he didn't
Yes,
scream.
he did.
No, he didn't scream in the original.
Basically, he jumped to his death. He thought he was going to die.
No, he didn't scream in the original. No.
That's not okay. So we're moving on from the scream.
No.
All right, because he had jumped to his death.
Yeah.
Then joining the dark side.
No.
Yes, he did.
No.
He jumped with the intent of dying.
Well, he did jump at the time, dying, but that's why George Lucas said, I'm taking out the scream and keeping it like it was in the
that's
original.
fine. Took out the scream.
Yeah.
But he jumped because he was sacrificing himself because he didn't want to turn to the dark side.
He wanted to die.
But it just so happened that he went through the vent tunnel.
Yeah, he got saved.
He got saved. He went through the vent tunnel and he came out on that one antenna that looked like it should have fallen off. But
you don't know what type of metal that they use on that planet.
Well,
It could be
apparently
adamantium. What the hell? You don't know.
No, if a Death Star can blow up, you can blow that up.
Oh!
So
Well, if you watch episode 9, the Death Star blew up, but it was still, the metal was intact on the planet
okay.
because it was in the ocean. So some metal could stay intact.
Oh wow, they went Planet of the Apes on that, didn't they?
So going to
Oh my
episode 5.
god, so that's one of those episodes, one of those movies I didn't see, and I'm glad I didn't see
So
it.
going to episode 5, he did change it where, he wanted Ian McDiarmid as the Emperor, so he got rid of the old lady that was in the original with the monkey eyes lit up, and he put Ian McDiarmid, filming him during episode 3. He goes, "Hey, I need you to say and film these lines because I'm going to put you in the 2004 DVD of episode 5." He's like, okay. And that's where he's like, there's a great disturbance in the Force. Versus the original, where it's an older, deeper guy going, there's a great disturbance in the Force.
So he changed the audio on that.
He changed the audio. He changed the actor in episode 5. But there was no changes of Luke, I'm your father.
Yes, there was.
No. Oh,
It's like that old Anthony Hopkins one too.
Yes, that is on the list with
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, where he said, "Hello, Clarice."
I distinctly remember him saying "Hello, Clarice" because
So do I.
The reason for that is because when I was in school, we
would say it.
had a girl named Clarice, and everyone was saying that to her, and I felt so bad for her because everyone would go up, "Hello, Clarice."
I have to watch the movie again, but doesn't he say "Hello, Clarice" when she brings him? She comes back again, and
when he's in the cell.
Not in the cell, but when he's in the prison again, she comes down. And he's like, I thought he said, "Well, hello, Clarice. It's good to see you again." I thought he says that. Not when they first meet. He says good morning, but he says it because again, he doesn't know who she is. So I understand what the Mandela Effect is saying is that when he first meets her, he doesn't say "Hello, Clarice" because he doesn't know her. She introduces herself.
Well, yeah, but then later on,
I thought he says it later on.
He does. I thought he said it later on.
That's what I thought.
Because in the first initial interaction, you're right. He didn't know who she was. So,
Yeah.
so
She has to
he
introduce
does say
herself.
good morning. But later on, when they would meet
Again, yeah.
he would introduce himself, or he would make a cordial, and one of them was "Hello, Clarice." And the reason I remember
and he
that,
says it's good to see you again. I thought that's what he says.
yeah. And like I said, the way I remember it though is the fact that there was a girl at our school that was named Clarice, and so everyone was always going up to her.
So I'm convinced that Jim Carrey is from our universe because he quotes it in The Cable Guy. Do you remember when he's at Medieval Times? When I love Jim Carrey. He's at Medieval Times and he says, "Hey, can I have your chicken skin?" And he puts it on his face. You remember?
When they went to the Medieval Times session?
Yeah. Where he says, "Can I have the chicken skin?" And then he puts it on his face. And he says,
"Dude, the Mandela effect of that one,
look,
is the karaoke scene."
Oh, hold on. Here, look. Can I have your skin?
Check this out.
Hold on. He puts it on his face like Hannibal.
Look, silence.
Yep.
Hello, Clarice. It's good to see you again.
You see?
Yep.
And in that movie, Jim Carrey is a movie buff like me. And I'm just like, if he's quoting it, it has to be accurate. So that's another Jim Carrey Mandela effect proving that he did say it. Hello, Clarice. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it makes sense. But the one that I remember as far as the Mandela effect for that one was for the Cable Guy was remember the
"Don't you want somebody to love?"
when they were in the karaoke scene before when he was trying to get Matthew Broderick. I think that's where it was.
Yeah,
and they were playing Password.
No, the porno password was after the karaoke because
after karaoke
because he got him in jail and all that. He's trying to like be his friend again by hooking up with the family.
Right, but there was a scene in there where Jim Carrey goes, "The password is nipple."
Yeah, he says that.
Yeah, people say it's not.
No, he's like
the password is nipple.
Yeah, it's like the password is
nipple, right?
Yeah, and
look it up. It's a.
No, I
people
know.
are claiming that's a Mandela effect. He never says that.
That's bullshit. No, he said it.
I know he said it, but people are saying he didn't.
No, even Matthew Broderick was like center. Well, tit. Yeah.
People are saying he never said nipple.
Okay, no, then that's just people not remembering that.
That was one of those that I was like,
no.
That I was throwing in there because people are just making shit up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of others. I just wanted to skip past because it's just like colors.
Well, let's
Flintstones. I'm like,
let's end it on one that basically
Snow White
is about. No, this is a better one.
Which one?
And this is Queen.
Oh, of the world.
We Are the Champions, right?
Yeah.
So here's my theory on this one, because I remember when I listened to that in the beginning, and being a fan of it, and they even do it in the movie Revenge of the Nerds. Right. So when they're doing the We Are the Champions song, even in the album, there's a pause, and they do it in the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, right? Where the very end there's that pause, and then he says "of the world." Now people are saying that he never says that on the radio. Well, there's a reason they don't say it on the radio. It's because DJs, it does. It adds like an extra 15, 20 seconds.
Oh.
Right? So, but radio DJs back in the 80s and probably even 90s are a lot different than they are now. Yeah. Right? And I think some of them do it, but you can't really, I don't listen to radio much anymore, so I can't really vouch. I don't watch videos just like I don't watch cable.
No, I use satellite radio.
Yeah, I don't listen to DJs.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I take that back. I got one station in town I listen to every morning because the guys are the shit and I love them.
Which one?
98 KUPD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's the only station that matters. The morning shows. If you're here in Phoenix, 98 KUPD is the one. They didn't pay me for that, but listen to them. They're the best.
Okay.
That's the show to watch and listen to in the morning. But everybody else. So basically, in the 80s and 90s, they would always cut the song early, right? And then the DJ would chime in.
Yeah, like hey, this is so.
So when you talk about the original recording of "We Are the Champions," in the original recording, the way I remember it on the album I used to have with it, there was that pause, and then he says "of the world."
It's in the middle.
It's at the very, very end. It's at the very, very end.
Okay.
This only time he says is at the very end of the song. that I remember. But
The Mandela Effect says he doesn't end it like that. That's what the Mandela Effect is.
Right.
The Mandela Effect is saying it doesn't end like that.
right, but it does.
No, it doesn't. That's the Mandela Effect. You just got hit with it. That's it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
The Mandela Effect is-
you're saying that the Mandela Effect is the fact that people are saying that it never was said that way.
No, your Mandela Effect.
No,
Your
don't
Mandela
beat me.
Effect.
Don't beat me like that.
Your
Don't-
Mandela
You're being
Effect-
presumptuous here.
Hold on, okay. So the Mandela Effect is the song just ends. It doesn't say of the world. It doesn't end like that. It just says we are the champions. We are the champions, and that's it. That's how the real song is. It just
Nope.
ends like that.
No.
Rocky. That's
Does
okay.
not.
Okay. We're gonna get into
It
this.
does not. There's a pause, and then he says of the world.
No, that's in the middle of the song.
no, it's at the end.
No, Rocky.
Yeah.
That's the Mandela Effect. You got hit with it.
No, he says it at the end.
No, he doesn't.
Then why do they do it in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Because that's just Bohemian Rhapsody.
Because that's how the song was.
No.
It's in even in the original recording of the 1984
No.
Farm Aid.
No.
Live Aid. Live Aid, sorry, not Farm Aid.
No, so your DJ theory is correct. So
they cut the song out.
the DJs
they-
would end it at of the world.
No, before that.
They would end it at that part.
They would end it when they say we are the champions,
Uh-huh.
and then they go on to the next one, right?
No, but when We Are the Champions ends, it ends in silence.
Because there's a pause.
There is no pause, Rocky.
There's a pause, and then they say
There
of
is
the
no
world.
pause.
It's a pause,
Okay, you know what?
and then it says of the world.
Okay. I have the song right here. Okay, We Are the Champions.
No, which video are you watching?
It's their official VVO.
This is the official Queen video.
No time to lose. That's it. That's the song. Oh, if everybody could see Rocky's face right now, you look like someone just walked all over your grave. Yes, Rocky.
Yeah,
That's how the song
I'm gonna have
ends,
to find the
Rocky.
original audio recording.
That's the original. That's from their official Vimeo account. Vimeo, whatever you pronounce
All right, they're in on this. It says of the world. It says of the world at the end.
I was agreeing with you for a long time. I was like, no, yeah, because
I'm sticking to my guns. He says of the world at the end.
So your DJ theory is correct because they do say of the world. It's like in the middle, and that's where DJs would end the song. They wouldn't play the whole song. They would stop it right there. WNBC. This is Howard Stern playing. You know, that's how they would do it.
Do it again. WNBC.
WNBC. This is Howard Stern.
God, I love that movie.
Yeah, this is Howard Stern calling from New York, live in New York City. And
Hey,
that
what
was
is it?
Queen.
WNBC.
WN.
Paul Giamatti was awesome in that. Pig face.
Pig vomit.
Pig vomit. There you go. Pig vomit.
The real guy was called Pig Virus. He was a dick to Howard Stern. But no, Rocky, see, this is why we're talking about the Mandela Effect. You just proved to everybody that's the effect. That's the Mandela Effect.
Oh, we're not even talking about Shazam.
But, with Sinbad?
I swear to God, I saw
Okay.
that movie as a kid.
Okay, so this is what happened. In the show All That, he played a genie called Sinbu. So all the kids are misremembering him dressing up as Sinbu. And because what's his name? Kenan Thompson did a character called Ishbu. I am Ishbu. You know, we do all these things. And then Sinbad, you know, starred on did a little guest appearance on All That. And it was I am Sinbu. So Sinbu looks like the genie that all these kids are confusing with Kazam instead of Shazam.
Okay, now what show is this off of?
All That, Nickelodeon, so you could put Sinbad.
All That came out in 1994. Okay.
Yeah, I used to watch that.
No.
Yeah.
This came out in the 80s.
No. Everybody thinks that
No, what I'm thinking of, I was a kid.
Shazam came out with. Oh wait, are you talking about Shazam with the actor
Shazam.
Sinbad?
You got the actor Sinbad.
Yeah, they say it came out in the 90s, around the same time as Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
This one came out way before, and the only reason I say that is because I could have swore at one point in time I had his Burger King Shazam glass.
Oh. No.
I want to say Burger King gave them out at the time.
Sinboo, Sinbad, all that. And I'll show you the photo of what I'm talking about. So the millennials think that Shazam came out, and you can see it here. So here he is as Sinboo. You see? So everybody thinks he looks like Sinboo from all that, where he kind of looks like a genie. See him? Here he is now, right there. See, that's a close up.
Doesn't look like a genie at all.
Well, but that's really interesting that you proved the Mandela effect without even trying with Queen.
So
that was great.
So there are two versions here for some reason.
The one I want to talk about next is
you see this here. I'm looking up on the internet. It's a 1976 DC Comics Shazam drinking glass, right?
Yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Right.
Shazam.
There was also the Sinbad version.
They had a TV show. Sinbad played Shazam. Billy Batson. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that. No.
That's the way I remember it.
No, I'm at an impasse. Everybody thinks that Sinbad was a genie.
He did.
Yeah, everybody thinks he was a genie.
I seriously remember it. I totally remember him being.
No, I don't remember that. I can't discuss on that.
Yeah.
So this one really sticks with me a lot, and the one I want to bring up now.
Okay. So first off, people like what you're saying. It's all that people. That's not the show that people were getting him confused with. It was Kazam, the one with Shaquille O'Neal.
Right, but the way his character looked, like everybody thinks he looked like this genie, was his appearance.
Pull up Kazam, Shaquille O'Neal image.
Yeah.
Pull up the image.
No, I know what it is. It's with the kid, because that I actually had the stuff from Taco Bell when Taco Bell had Happy Meals. Well, kids meals. Mm-hmm. I had the products for that movie, Kazam. So Taco Bell was promoting the film in 1996. I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was another version of that with Shazam with the there had to. That's the way I remember it.
Yeah. It's definitely confusing. Maybe in the slam dunk scene.
So to kind of wrap this up and to give our audience.
Well, hold on. I got one more.
Okay.
It's Mr. Rogers' intro song. Now,
it was a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
No,
I know that's not what people are saying.
No, but that's what we think it is. But apparently, what it really is, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Yeah,
and that makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make sense at all. It's like Cheez-Its, single or plural.
Here we go. I'm gonna connect it down.
No, I've heard this song many times, and I know what they're saying, but that's not the way I remember it.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. A beautiful day for
You know what? We're gonna go with TV on this one, on that one, because I could have swore it was the neighborhood. Because
that's what I thought. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
You know that's going to be another one.
It's this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
in the hood. It's like the brothers don't say don't get in this hood.
What are you doing in this hood? No,
that's where Doug comes from.
The hood and the neighborhood, and even in the movie with Tom Hanks, The Burbs. Remember when Mr. Rogers comes out, and I thought that he was singing along with it too. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day.
That one I'll attribute to bad audio on
maybe
TVs.
Bad audio. Yeah, it was PBS.
It was
a shitty channel.
Yeah, you got to remember how it goes back 40 years, 50 years.
They got rid of PBS. Can you believe that?
Unless they're able to sustain themselves.
No, it was government funded, and
they can like the one in Albuquerque is still around.
No, PBS is completely gone.
And so is NPR.
PBS is completely gone, and it was actually Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers himself, that testified to Congress to have the government funding for it.
Yeah.
He's like, this is going to help children. Don't take this away. It's an educational program. PBS helps children with Sesame Street and My Show, and he got the funding. At first Congress was saying, no, screw you guys. We're getting rid of it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the NPRs are still around, so.
Yeah, it's just that one boggled my mind the most. So I agree with you.
What, Mr. Rogers really blew your mind away? Have
I
you
always
been dwelling on this all day?
No, when I read that, I was just like, no way. So I agree with you that it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, not this neighborhood.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise the song won't make sense. It'd sound like,
No, so that to me is a real Mandela effect. I'm just like, whoa.
I'm going to say yes and no to that, but I'm going to attribute it to also the bad audio. Kind of like the old television audio thing where the sounds like this.
Probably, but it doesn't make sense to sing it that way. This, because
No, it
somebody
doesn't make
would-
sense at all.
Somebody on the playground would have corrected me, say, "No, Damien, it's this," because there was always little assholes that would correct me on shit. No, you're saying it wrong. That's not what he says. That's not how you say it. That's not this person. That's not that person. It's like Shang Tsung. No, it's Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung.
Yeah, you want to get the punctuation police out. Yeah, it's...
there was always somebody, there's always some
was.
smart ass correcting somebody, and they would say, no, it's this neighborhood, Damien. And nobody did that to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with but I'm also going to go with the fact that it's probably
You're using my own theory against me.
the bad television theory.
Television theory.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Yeah, I gotta take my medicine on this one.
So to end this note, we're going to end it on the one that we had talked about before.
Yes.
Which was it 1984 or 1985 or 1986?
Oh, the Challanger Explosion.
The Challanger Explosion.
Yes,
So
yes,
I kind of
yes.
debunked, not really debunked it, but we did the backwards reverse math on that on our last episode. And I was like, I know I was in a certain grade
Right.
when it happened. So I was in, and then we're talking about the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion, right? So I remember I was in 7th grade. I remember the grade I was in. I remember the class. It's one of those like 9/11 effects where
Right.
you know where you were at a specific time.
When it happened.
Just like, this kind of leads into one of the other things about the Artemis 2 that's like, where were you in this moment of time?
Okay.
Right? Kind of things. And so I remember where I was, like people remember where they were when Kennedy got shot.
Yeah.
And, people remember those traumatic, life-changing events. And this was one of them. And I remember I was in 2nd grade because we used to watch all the shows, all the liftoffs. And then when it happened, so I know what grade I was in. I just had to do the reverse math.
Well, a lot of people think it's 1984. A lot of people think it's 1984 when it's really 1986.
Yeah.
But it was interesting is when in our previous episode you kind of said 1984, like
initially I did say
initially, and that's what a lot of people say initially. So that's a Mandela effect.
Yeah, it's because that's just a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's right around that time and place. It's like it's like if you're trying to name a particular movie and like, oh, this movie came out in 1983. Oh wait,
Right.
no, I was actually 81.
1981,
right?
yeah, it
that kind of
happens.
thing. So
Okay.
that does happen.
Yeah.
And I think most people are kind of in the ballpark figure because for most Gen Xers, we were in grade school at the time.
Mid 80s, yeah.
You were barely born, so you didn't witness it.
I was
Months old.
I was in the belly.
In 86? I thought you were born in 85.
I was born 86, but I believe it happened in April, and I was born August. So I was in the belly, but I wasn't out
Okay,
yet.
you weren't born yet.
I wasn't born yet. But
You were conceived.
but according to Congress, I was alive.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get political, but
And which left wing group is out there telling you what point of your life cycle are you at?
Yeah, I'm just it's because we never discuss politics or religion on this channel, but I'll just say that I was in the belly.
Okay.
Legally speaking.
So I had to do the reverse math because I knew where I was at the time and place. Like I know where I was for 9/11. I know where I was for a lot of these significant events.
Yeah.
I just had to do the reverse math to figure out, okay, I was born at this time on this date and this happened on this. So I was this, or, you know what I mean? So, and that's how most people remember things. They're within the ballpark of a year or two. But I do agree. Now, the ones that I would question would be the ones that are adamant that it was like, no, it was 84. It had to have been 84. No.
Right.
Then those are the people I would question. But, once you stop and think about it and do the reverse time math, that, when we did our episode, I was like, okay, yeah, it was probably 86. It makes sense.
And the last one with the Mandela effect, that actually my mother brought this up to me recently, so I'm not sure if you interacted with a few boomers or Gen Xers or even millennials. Some people naturally say or convinced that there's 52 states in the United States. My mom has said that by accident. I was like, "Mom, there's 50 stars on the U.S. flag. There's not 52." She goes, "Oh, I thought there was 52 states." And I'm like, "Maybe you're thinking of Puerto Rico and Guam, but there's only 50."
Well, it also kind of depends on what generation you're talking to, because you got to remember that Hawaii and Alaska are relatively new. So
Yeah.
they were in the 50s. So yeah, wait, no, 30s. When did Alaska get statehood? It was the 50s. Alaska was in the 50s.
Yeah.
And Hawaii was in. Dude, honestly, I don't even know.
You don't know your history.
Well, I'm not from Hawaii.
Neither am I, but
I know it's a state.
Yeah, it's just some people. I notice older people, like even some residents I deliver mail to. One or two of them have said that within the past 6 years I've been delivering out here. One or two of them have mentioned that. Yeah, there's 52 states, and I was like, no.
Well, I think the main reason for that is because we refer to Puerto Rico and Washington D.C. as territories, so most people could very easily.
Some people think
understood
D.C. is a state. I'm like, no, it's not a state.
We're not going to talk about politics right now.
No.
But if certain people
Territory.
have their ways, they're going to try to make that a state. But
why is Rhode Island a state? That's what I want to know.
why is Rhode Island a state?
Who the hell decided that Rhode Island was a state? Because I'm just like, what in the world? But that's a different story. But
So
you and I,
Hawaii got statehood
when 1912,
March 18th, 1959, by Dwight D. Eisenhower.
1959. So
So
it's
that means
fairly
during
new.
World War II, it wasn't even a state at the time.
No, it was
Wow.
a country. It was Polynesian.
It was a territory, I would think. It was at Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Oh, it was like Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
It was like Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
It was a U.S. territory.
it was a territory.
And it kind of got.
And then it made sense to make them statehood, so that way for military reasons. But
yeah, so we could protect it.
same thing with Alaska. Well, Alaska was more of economic reasons in Russia.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same reason. Well, anyways,
We might get Cuba. That's different
and
though.
Greenland.
I know. So we might get 52 states.
Well,
But you and I agree there's 50.
well, there are 50. You
Okay.
know, there are 50, but I can see how people get confused. And I'm not going to call people stupid, but coming from New Mexico,
Misremembering, yeah.
people don't even know New Mexico is a state. So I'm just saying,
New Mexico? Yeah.
people think that people, some people with their education or lack of education
Wow.
can't even name certain things. So for them to say 52 or 50, it doesn't surprise me.
Try asking somebody a capital of a state. You'd be surprised some of the towns we get.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. But to end it, I want to give an honorable mention to Charles Lindbergh and the baby. So the Mandela Effect is that it was always a cold case file. Like nobody knew who did it, what happened. It was a cold case. But, here we are, Jim Carrey again, saving the day.
Listen, I gotta get off the phone. I think I just solved the Lindberg case.
Who are you talking to?
That was my agent. I'm the new spokesman for Nike. Just do it!
So he goes, I think I just solved the Lindbergh case because everybody assumed that the Lindbergh case, the Mandela Effect is that it was always a cold case, but apparently it's always been solved and they apprehended the killer and sentenced him. And he got, he
Well,
got
that was from
punishment.
Ace Ventura, right? So
That was from Ace Ventura. So Ace Ventura
was in the 90s.
mid-90s. Yeah.
So, but then anybody that watches, if anyone's watched J. Edgar is a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio about.
Yeah, at J. Edgar Hoover.
Well, part of that, because the FBI was involved in this, that
The investigation.
movie has the solution for the Lindbergh baby. So
Yeah, because it was the ransom and all that.
with the $50,000 ransom, and then
Yeah.
they got the carpenter guy, and then they executed him literally the next year. So
Yeah, so it was solved, but apparently people, the Mandela Effect is that it was a cold case and it was never solved.
You know what? Thinking about it now, and if you look at timelines, that was very fast.
Yeah,
I was like within like a 2-year span, 3-year span.
yeah. Yeah.
Because when did the baby disappear? 32? 34?
Yeah.
That time frame? And the guy was executed about 36. So it's not like modern trials today where something happened. And I mean, guys that are people that are being executed right now are being executed for something that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
10 years ago.
Back then, you get the chair within 5 years.
You know, I mean, then that was swift. So
Yeah.
it's very easy for time to pass so fast that you would think that it never happened. Versus something now where it's like, oh, it's been on trial. Trials go on for 5 years.
Oh, forever.
You know, 10 years in some cases. So, you know, by the time the crime was committed to the time that the punishment is imposed, you know, 10 years could pass.
The fastest one was OJ because that was within a year.
Well, it's because he had the white pickup.
The Bronco.
Pickup Bronco.
I saw that Bronco on Bell Road over there. I was like, oh shit, that's a mid '90s white Bronco. Is that OJ? But it wasn't OJ. It was an older guy.
And white is a popular color, so
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was. I mean, back then. I mean, when you look at the dates of how that transpired, yeah, I can understand why people would think that it wasn't solved because it was like baby missing, baby found, guy dead.
Yeah.
I mean, within 2 years.
Exactly.
So.
All right. Well, we're gonna end off on this one, Rocky. But
yeah, I know we spent a lot of time on this one,
but this is a good episode. Like this is the one where I want people to listen. You know, ride your bike, drive a long drive. You're doing something. This is a great episode to listen and hear our discussion. I think it's a great back and forth we had. It was positive. I loved it.
I think this is one of those where people like to share about it. You know, we hope people aren't just burnt out on Mandela effects anyway, but. Yeah, it was definitely, you know, to me, I like talking about subjects like this because we get to see it from two different perspectives.
Yeah.
That's what our show is all about. You know, a Gen X perspective versus a millennial perspective versus, you know, probably even modern day perspective. But yeah, no, I'm happy that we did this one.
Well, thank you, Rocky. I had a good time, and I think you and I need to go back in time and figure out what happened.
And put Damien and Rocky to the test. Rock, Dog, and Damon, the ones on the mic. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like.